Section 2.4.4 Analyzing Court Cases. Hello, I'm Dr. Adam McKee, and today we're exploring how to analyze Supreme Court decisions to determine if they are liberal or conservative. This is a key topic from my book, Criminal Justice, an overview of the system. We'll discuss the importance of examining legal principles and values, and why political affiliations alone are not reliable indicators. Let's dive in. Analyzing a court case to determine if it is liberal or conservative requires carefully examining the legal issues at stake and the reasoning used by the court in its decision. The political affiliation of the president who appointed the justices involved in the case is not necessarily a reliable indicator of whether the case is liberal or conservative. Instead, when analyzing a court case, one should examine the legal principles and values that underlie the decision. Liberal decisions often expand individual rights and limit government power. They typically favor the protection of civil liberties and advocate for social justice. For example, decisions that enhance privacy rights, protect free speech, or ensure equal treatment under the law are generally seen as liberal. On the other hand, conservative decisions often emphasize law and order, support traditional values, and expand government power, particularly in areas like law enforcement and national security. For instance, decisions that strengthen police powers, uphold strict sentencing laws, or limit government regulation of business are typically viewed as conservative. However, it's important to understand that these generalizations are not always absolute, and there are many nuances and exceptions. For example, cases that expand individual rights may be seen as liberal even if they receive support from Republicans, and cases that limit individual rights may be seen as conservative even if supported by Democrats. This highlights the distinction between legal ideologies and political affiliations. To differentiate liberal, conservative cases from Democrat, Republican politics, it is crucial to understand that political parties are not the same as legal ideologies. While there may be some overlap between the two, political parties are primarily concerned with policy positions and electoral politics. In contrast, legal ideologies are concerned with legal principles and constitutional interpretation. For example, a case expanding individual rights may be seen as liberal due to its legal principles, regardless of the political support it garners. Legal ideologies can also evolve, and justices appointed by the same president may have different legal ideologies and interpret the Constitution differently. For instance, two justices appointed by a Republican president may have varying perspectives on issues like privacy rights or federal power, leading to different judicial philosophies and decisions. When analyzing a court case to determine if it is liberal or conservative, one should focus on the legal principles and values rather than the political affiliation of the justices involved. This approach allows for a more nuanced understanding of the case and the underlying legal reasoning. Let's consider an example. In the case of Carpenter v. United States, 2018, the Supreme Court ruled that the government's warrantless acquisition of a criminal suspect's cell phone location data violated the Fourth Amendment. This 5-4 decision was considered liberal because it expanded individual privacy rights and limited government surveillance powers, reflecting a commitment to civil liberties. In contrast, Kansas v. Glover, 2020, demonstrates a more conservative approach. The court held that a police officer's reasonable suspicion that the registered owner of a vehicle was driving it, even without knowing for sure who was driving, was sufficient to justify a traffic stop. This decision was seen as conservative because it expanded law enforcement authority and narrowed Fourth Amendment protections. These cases illustrate how legal principles and values, rather than the political affiliations of the justices or the appointing presidents, define whether a decision is liberal or conservative. So, why is this topic so important? Understanding how to analyze Supreme Court decisions helps us appreciate the complexities of judicial decision-making and the impact these decisions have on our legal system and society. It also highlights the importance of distinguishing between legal ideologies and political affiliations, ensuring a more accurate assessment of judicial rulings. In summary, determining whether a Supreme Court decision is liberal or conservative requires a careful examination of the legal principles and values at stake. While political affiliations may offer some context, they are not reliable indicators. By focusing on legal ideologies and constitutional interpretation, we gain a deeper understanding of the court's decisions and their broader implications. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, leave them in the comments below. See you next time.